It's the Battle of Danville. San Ramon Valley 7-2, Monte Vista 2-7. Doesn't matter. It's for the Gelderman Trophy. Who will carry home the trophy? You'll find out next. Happy Friday night, wherever you may be, and welcome to Monte Vista football here on NorCal Sports TV and edTV. And it's the Battle of Danville. Two teams in different directions. You've got the San Ramon Valley Wolves 7-2, 2-1 in the East Bay Athletic League. Division II, going to be a top 2 seed. They've won a couple of games in a row, and they're having a good season. And then the Mustangs, 2-7, 1-2 in their last, or in the EBL. Coach Millard just trying to get his ball club to finish strong. And things can be forgotten, Coach, with a win tonight.
You know, these are the things that you build on for next year. You got a lot of young kids out there that you want to get a good eye on. And, you know, they still have the opportunity, I'm sure we'll discuss that later, about making the playoffs. And should you come out of here with a win, you get those extra weeks of practice for those young kids. And it's invaluable for their progression and to see them get better to have those two. So this is a big opportunity for Monte Vista to get out and improve, do some things better than what they've done in the past few weeks, and try and extend the season.
We'll come back with the 3 keys to victory and more on both these teams. You're watching Monte Vista football on NorCal Sports TV, presented by American Asphalt. Monte Vista football on NorCal Sports TV, presented by American Asphalt, is brought to you in part by Orthopedic Express by GSOS. When injuries occur, visit our specialty orthopedic urgent care in Walnut Creek. Golden State Orthopedics and Spine. Be your best active self, whether tiny or big, 2 or 102, or a world-class grandparent. You can find care with our expert, compassionate orthopedic doctors. Ned Milin at Morgan Stanley, seeking to help you simplify your financial life and realize the future you envision. Spitz Jewelers, making memories for over 75 years in Walnut Creek. George T. Schramm Mortgage. Contact the 1992 Monte Vista alum George Schramm at georgeschramm.com for your new or refinance mortgage needs. Contra Costa Office of Education. Learn, lead, achieve. edTV, Contra Costa County Education Television, and American Asphalt, taking care of business in the Bay Area for over 35 years. So our 3 keys to victory, first for San Ramon Valley. This is directly from Coach Becker in his 9th season. Took over as a head coach in 2014. First key, control the line of scrimmage, tackling well on defense, and establish an offensive rhythm. They go no huddle. They'll hurry things up. Not going to be a lot of time for instant replay, but the Mustangs will definitely have to respond. And the 3 keys to victory for Coach Millard in his first season, Foothill alum, explosive on both sides of the ball, downhill defense, and that means 11 hats to the ball, finish and execute big plays. So these teams started playing in 1968, and I don't know if you know this, Coach. The first 5 games were won by shutout. Monte Vista won the first 3, 6-0, 16-0, and 6-0. And then in 1971, the Wolves got a shutout 20-0, and in the 1972, they won 28-0. The play for the Gelderman Trophy, Monte Vista leads the overall series 31-29-1, and this is the 62nd meeting of these schools. And this is something you can allude to. It's a short bus ride over here, 3.1 miles as we go. But if you lose this game, it's a long bus ride home.
It's the longest bus ride, and you dread it. And, but you enjoy it when you win. You enjoy it that much more. It's, we've done a lot of crazy things over the past getting to that game. We've taken buses to home games.
Yes, we
to
have.
Play them, to simulate a road game when we were playing better on the road. We've dropped our team off 3 blocks away and walked. We've tried everything.
We did flares. Our first year was in 1997, and you didn't know any of this. Well, you do now, obviously, from the stories that have elongated and truths been stretched. We painted our locker room green. Some of the players called them out, us and a former freshman coach, Randy Knudsen. And then I got the bright idea. The administration of San Ramon wants you to come in Danville Boulevard. They don't want you to come off Del Amigo. So where did we come in? Del Amigo with a sheriff escort. And then and those were the days where there wasn't fences everywhere. It was wide open. So we're practicing over the softball field, warming up. And the next thing you know, we got 300 students, and every other one of them's got a flare in their hands.
It was fantastic to look up and see those flares and to see the anguish on the administration of San Ramon. They were upset we were coming in from the wrong side, and that made it that much more special.
Now, we won the game, but they scored on their opening drive on a flat route. But we digress. But this is it's been a long year for the Mustangs, but they have a lot of young players, and we're gonna see a different starting quarterback tonight. They've got some younger players, and like you said, this is something to build on. You capture this trophy, you get it back from San Ramon Valley, you get that bragging rights, not for tonight, obviously tonight, tomorrow, and 10 years from now when your buddy that is from San Ramon gets married, or his friends, right?
20 years from now, 30 years from now. It keeps going. And I'm excited to see what happens tonight with the quarterback position. Mateo's done a nice job. And there's no substitute for competition, and it makes both of them better. And hopefully they both watched each other and wanted to improve off that.
To honor America, our national anthem.
What so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleam, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we walked, were so gallantly streamed. Still there, oh say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of
Great job, girls.
Joel, longer than we were coaching. Umpire Don Hubbard, line judge Jason Fitchian, head linesman Don Enos, and our back judge is Jordan Smith. Mustangs in their red jerseys, which are a lot easier to see the numbers for us challenged broadcasters, and the Wolves in their white uniforms. I don't see the gold shoes.
The gold shoes are present.
They are present. It really stands out on that red. Here's the coin flip. San Ramon's won the toss. They've deferred, and the Mustangs will get the football to start this matchup. Great seeing the communities out here together, and you're playing against buddies, friends, and as Coach mentioned, these are the memories that last forever. I just saw, players we've had 20 years ago, Tommy Hogue, David Chavez, Matty Swan, and thinking about those kids and the victory and the memories that they shared, and so looking forward to a good football game. So the Mustangs will get the ball to start the game. They're averaging 20 points a game, 293 yards. That's heavily favored for the passing. Only 20 rushes per game. They've turned the ball over 17 times. Their turnover ratio is -8. Our kickoff, George T. Schramm Mortgage, the great Monte Vista alum, Monte Vista Football Hall of Famer. Go to George T. Schramm Mortgage. Appreciate his continued support of Monte Vista football. Actually, the Wolves the Wolves lose the toss and Monte Vista defer. Nice clue, Babcock. I've already made 2 mistakes, Coach. So Jungie will kick off. Short kick taken around the 21-yard line, where the Wolves will start on their own 29. Mitch Bruno with the return. Quarterback is Luke Baker, and he's had quite a season. Thrown for nearly 2,700 yards, 29 touchdowns, and 7 interceptions. They like to run 2-by-2 sets. Sometimes they'll bring in a wing as a tight end. Looks like they'll go 2-by-2 here, Coach, in the shotgun with the running back offset to the right, John Paul Mendoza.
And we really want to watch up front to see how Monte Vista's defense will hold up against the offensive line, the big physical offensive line of San Ramon.
Bubble screen out here, and the Mustangs rally up and get a short gain. Talon Jones and company out in the flat.
Great job of rallying the football, taking great angles. Nice job of shutting down all the running lanes.
Well played by Jones, the junior. Excuse me. 2 sacks on the season. Now they'll bring in with a wing. Baker back to pass, throw to the chains, and it's complete, and it'll bring up 3rd and short. Now they give him a favorable spot. Might be a first down.
Nice quick timing route.
Yeah, it's a first down. They love to throw the quick stuff.
Really tough to put pressure on a team that gets rid of the ball in rhythm.
So they'll stay in that 2-by-1, but with a wing inside handoff. And the Mustangs hold Mendoza to a short gain. And they'll get right up onto the football. Trevor Scott had that last reception. That was his 43rd of the season. It'll bring up 2nd and a long 6 for the Wolves. Play pass. Baker has time. Throw down the middle. And it goes incomplete. Had the seam route, but
nice ball.
Madrid could not finish the play. Beat the coverage right up the seam, Coach.
You know, and one of the things, if you look at their no-huddle offense, it's not a super speed, high-tempo no-huddle offense. They're giving the coaches a chance to read the defense, and then they're making their call off of what defense they're seeing. So it's a good opportunity for Coach Becker to actually play quarterback and see what he can run against the defense that's called. You'll see him pull up like this quite often, and they're changing the play according to what defense is given. It's a great opportunity for Monte Vista to show one thing and shift to another, to give him one look, change to another, and get him into a bad play.
Deception, so it'll be 3rd down. They're taking a lot of time. But, hey, when you don't huddle, you stay at the line of scrimmage. Our 40, and we've got a hand count. It's a long hand count. And then Coach Becker will call a timeout. You're watching Monte Vista football on NorCal Sports TV and edTV, presented by American Asphalt. So we got 3rd and 7 after the timeout by Coach Becker, 2-by-2 set. See if the Mustangs can get off the field here and get a little pressure. Baker, incomplete. Threw it in the right spot. The receiver seemed like he slipped, but was a pretty good throw.
It was a good throw. I think he needed to wait just that half second longer to let it develop, because you could see he was trying to curl around the outside linebacker who was responsible for the flat, Should have gone inside with it, away from that flat defender.
Good coverage by Meineke. Appearing he's going to cover the flat, but he made that throw on the curl just that much tougher. Gregory Leitch, the punter. And the Mustangs get a stop. Short kick. And will go out of bounds around the 28-yard line. Shahada was back. So getting his first varsity start is number 16, Braden Turner. Was on the varsity early in the season, sent him down to JVs, able to play a couple of games. Played last week against Clayton Valley, was 10 of 15 for 65 yards.
And only a sophomore. A lot of potential, throws the ball very well, just very inexperienced, very raw. Got to keep it simple for him out there. Don't put him in a situation where he feels he has to win the game.
And the Mustangs go empty on first down. And it's a pass. Wide open receiver to Breedlove. Breaks one tackle. And it's a nice gain for the Mustangs off that empty set, all-throw passing time.
And, and they gave him a lot good protection. They're bringing 5 guys. They're actually bringing 6 guys. You don't have enough guys to block them. You got to get rid of it quick as a quarterback.
Breedlove wide open in the middle of the football field. Wolves blitz again. Mustangs pick it up. Throw to the sophomore tight end and picks up 4 yards. Not a bad gain on the little stick route.
Early on, it looks like San Ramon's answer to have an empty set is to bring 6 guys. You're going to get an unblocked guy, but you better get to him. He's getting rid of it quick.
3-by-1 set. Diebner, the bottom of your screen. Swing route to McMahon. Makes one miss. Another player miss. It'll be a first down for the Mustangs. 2 big 18-yard plays back to 18 yards, 6 yards, and then this 18 yards to McMahon. Quite a player.
And he got sophomore to sophomore right there. This is what we're talking about, building on the future. You look at these things, and you see what the potential is.
Sophomore tight end, sophomore running back, sophomore quarterback. And the Mustangs are down to the Wolves' 33-yard line. Good start. Now they'll put a running back there, McMahon. Play action. And he scrambles.
One of the cardinal sins is don't throw late down the middle.
Right.
And he threw across his body right there. That's something he's going to learn. And he's a young quarterback. Those are the things you can't do, especially in a situation where you're moving the football. Throw it away, do whatever it needs to do.
Or just run it.
Just
get 2 yards. 2nd and 10.
And if he had the time, he had Caden Honda wide open deep.
Throws against his body. And Jones with the reception. Another chunk play for the Mustangs.
I'd like to see him stay in the pocket a little bit longer. He had a nice pocket. A young quarterback. Kind of
worked as a tight end delay because Jones chipped a little bit, then got downfield. Inside handoff to McMahon. And he's down inside the 15, down to the 14. The Mustangs were their first run of the game.
Very effective run.
It goes for 6 yards.
Nice inside handoff, inside run. Power football right there. Really like what he did at the end. He finishes this run. He gets the extra 2 yards.
And Breedlove, who had the catch, is a junior. So there's some young pieces here for the Mustangs. I'm Chris Babcock, joined by my broadcast partner Craig Bergman here from Sam Zackheim Memorial Field on the campus of Monte Vista High School. Jones in motion across the formation. And it's a sprint to the left, but that ball's tipped away by Riley Gann. Didn't get there, but you see his hands up in the passing lane.
Yeah, they had a little breakdown of the protection. Left tackle's got to do a little bit better job of reaching that. If you're going to try and break contain on a sprint route, then you've got to do a better job of reaching that. Forces the quarterback to pull up. Easy to get your hands up.
Left tackle's a sophomore or a sophomore out of Denver, California. I digress. 3rd and a long 4 for the Mustangs. 2-by-2 set. Wide open. Diebner, touchdown. Monte Vista, 14 yards. And just like that, the Mustangs, in less than 2 minutes, go 72 yards, and Diebner with the catch. 15-yard touchdown.
Really nice job of sitting in the pocket and finding the open guy. really exposing the middle of the field right now against San Ramon. San Ramon's bringing a lot of pressure, and it's coming back to haunt him.
Diebner, the senior, his 6th touchdown reception, his 7th touchdown overall, and his 30th reception. A big play by him. And the Mustangs lead San Ramon Valley 7-0. You're watching Monte Vista football on edTV and NorCal Sports TV, presented by American Asphalt.
Golden State Orthopedics and Spine. We want you to get your swing back, get your ride back, get your sprint back. With our top-to-toe orthopedic care throughout the Bay Area, we want you to get your life back. Golden State Orthopedics and Spine. Ortho care for life.
So the Mustangs, chunk, one run play, which was a nice gain, and here's the touchdown to Diebner. So far tonight, the Mustangs have exposed the middle of the San Ramon Valley defense.
And that's going to happen when you're bringing that kind of pressure inside. If you don't get to them, the middle of the field is wide open.
George T. Schramm, mortgage kickoff. Monte Vista alum, JV coach, big member of the community. Appreciate George's support. George T. Schramm, mortgage. Junkie will kick off, be a directional kick to Mendoza at the 12. Mustangs break down in space and do a great job and hold it to a short return. This is what you do on a kick down. Break it down, go ahead and give it to me. A little Tom Petty breakdown right here, and the guys rally up. Nice job.
Don't go for the big hit. Most of the time you're going to throw a whiff if you do that.
I've never heard that, only about 900 times on Thursdays. Breakdown. So the Wolves, with their second possession of the game, will start on their own 25-yard line with 8:22 left in the second quarter.
Well, they got a lot of room down here with the single receiver side with the free safety cheated towards the middle.
Quick hitch, but run first, catch second. Those aren't the priorities. Got to catch first, run second.
Well, that's
a little stick route.
That's a little run pass option. And what he's doing, he's reading the offside linebacker. And if that backer moves, he shifts, he's going to hit that void. And that's what he did, and he just dropped it. 2nd
and 10. Nick Rivera in at running back for Coach Becker. Press coverage for the Mustangs. Mustangs turn up the heat. Baker's got a wide open receiver. Scott, touchdown, San Ramon Valley. And they quickly answer, 61 yards. And speaking about being exposed in the middle of the field, Scott, wide open, and takes it the rest of the way. 61 yards. Ball was on the 29.
That's 71.
Oh, 71. Thanks, Coach. And the kick is good. We said before the broadcast the first team to 32 would win, and it's going to be a high-scoring affair. We're all tied up at 7. San Ramon quickly answers in 16 seconds. You're watching Monte Vista football on NorCal Sports TV. Ned Milin has over 16 years of experience in the financial industry, serving high net worth individuals, their families, business owners, and corporate executives. Ned practically helps to develop and implement portfolio enhancements in order to provide the appropriate investment strategy for clients. He also focuses on relationship management, comprehensive business management, and asset management and research. Please contact the 1998 Monte Vista alum, Ned Milin, to develop a plan for your family or company. Ned Milin at Morgan Stanley, seeking to help you simplify your financial life and realize the future you envision. George T. Schramm, mortgage, kickoff. Seems like we just talked about him. Yes, we did. Kick to the 5-yard line. Diebner will return it and gets the ball out to the Mustang 23-yard line where the Mustangs will take over with their second possession of the game. San Ramon got a first down on their first drive, but the Mustangs held them, and then the Mustangs with a bunch of chunk plays. Diebner gets the touchdown, and then the Wolves answer right away. 2 plays later, Scott on a 71-yard touchdown strike from Baker, his 30th touchdown pass of the season. And for Scott, that's his 9th TD. Jones in motion, resets, little yo-yo motion, if you will. And it's a run to McMahon. Picks up a solid gain on first down.
Really like the way he's got great forward lean. He's always moving down the field. He's not running laterally. He makes his one cut outside here, then right up the field.
And the pullers didn't even really get enabled into blocking, and he still was able to pick up a solid gain on first down.
That's the key to a great back. Turn that 2-yard gain into a 5-yard gain.
2nd and 7. Throw out here to McMahon, and that's a tough throw. It's got to be right on between the 2 and the 9 and let him go break a tackle.
Really tough out of the shotgun. You got to catch it, try and find the laces. A lot of times you'll throw that without the laces. You just grab it and throw it. And a lot of times this is what happens.
What I like, the sophomore went after the football. He didn't assume that it was an incompleted pass. 3rd down for the Mustangs. Interception, and that'll be a pick 6. Padrid with the pick 6. That is his 2nd interception of the game. And you talked about throwing late over the middle. This is exactly what it was.
Yeah, it's a young kid's mistake. You don't do that. You can't throw late when you're rolling out. They have plenty of time to see what's going to happen. Once again, throw it away, run the football. These are mistakes that he'll fix these.
And Padrid read that so well, is that he's 20 yards deep, sinking, but he noticed the scramble, and he just saw the open receiver, seemed open, and Padrid, number 8, with the 35-yard pick 6, and it's 14-7, San Ramon Valley. You're watching Monte Vista football on NorCal Sports TV and edTV, presented by American Asphalt. Family owned and operated since 1946 as a full-service jewelry store, Spitz Jewelers has remained true to our founding philosophies. Founded on the tradition of service, quality, and value, today we proudly continue that tradition from the smallest request to the most intricate custom design. We love what we do, and with 3 generations of success as our inspiration, we look forward to continuing these traditions into the future. Come see us at 1333 North Main Street in Walnut Creek. Spitz Jewelers, making memories for over 75 years. Go Mustangs! The Wolves will kick off, leading 14-7. And this will go into the end zone. It'll be a touchback. Want to thank our partners who have supported us for many years. Orthopedic Express by GSOS. Golden State Orthopedics and Spine. Ned Milin at Morgan Stanley. Spitz Jewelers. George T. Schramm Mortgage. Contra Costa Office of Education, edTV, and American Asphalt. 1st and 10 for the Mustangs on their own 20-yard line. 7:13 left in the first quarter. McMahon picks up a couple of yards on that first down run.
I think we got a busted run blocking scheme right there. They run a little twist into that. They run a little ed twist, end first, tackle second. They loop right out into it, and nobody picked up the looper.
2nd down and 8. And it's a strip sack. And luckily for the Mustangs, Marquardt dives on the ball, but he didn't make the play, but number 64, Carter Hickerson, the senior, He got good pressure right up the middle.
Yeah, right off the bat. He was right. He got into the backfield, forced the quarterback out of his rhythm. You know, I'd like to see Monte Vista get back to trying to throw those rhythm routes over the middle where you're not faking the ball. No play action, just get the ball, get rid of it quick like that right there. Things in and out of this young kid's hands.
Screen to Breedlove, and the Mustangs will be punting from their own end zone. Pick up 1.
And this is not the kind of series that Monte Vista really can afford. They've got to take some time off the clock like they did on their first drive. Mix in the quick passes right there. Take the pressure off of a young quarterback. Get it out of his hands so he doesn't have to make those reads and get him a little bit more acclimated to the speed of the game.
Jungi will come in to punt, averaging just under 32 yards on the season. Wolves have 12 men on the field, now 11. Could have used the 5 yards, and they'll call the
They have 12 out there now, I do believe.
They had 13, now 12, now 11.
It's tough to block 13. I'm not great at math, but
no. So this will give the Mustangs a little bit of room out of the back of their end zone. And the Wolves will have 2 players back, Nick Rivera and Mendoza, split returners. Don't put any pressure on him. And this will take a Monte Vista bounce, and nice job by them. Nice punt. About a 43-yard punt for the Mustangs, and sudden change of possession here. I would expect the Wolves are going to throw another post route over the middle.
Well, they ran 2 deep routes. One was caught for a touchdown. The other was dropped. Both times they've run by the defense, and this is a perfect opportunity. You've got great field position as it is. I would expect them to go deep one of these first 2 plays.
They'll stick with that 2-by-2 set. Mustangs have 5 defenders on the line of scrimmage. It's a pitch out. And it's a tackle for loss for the senior, Ben Meineke. Watch 24 read this play. Lookout block by the wide receiver, and Meineke gets the TFL. Drucker, the wide receiver, is supposed to block, but Meineke fought right through that. He's an old throwback player that could have.
He's had a terrific
He'd have
year.
been a player for us back in the day.
Ben's been a very solid defensive player for them all season long.
And then we've got offsides on Monte Vista, lined up offsides. So you're going to give them a free 5 yards. You had 2nd and 12. Now it'll make it 2nd and 7. Self-inflicted wound there. And the KG veteran, Don Hubbard, told him his beard makes him look younger. I don't know if you'd like that comment.
I tell you, those defensive offsides drive you crazy as a coach, because most of the time it's a defensive lineman who's right over the ball, and for them to and it happens at all levels, not just the high school level.
Well, there's a team used to play the Coliseum, used to do it a lot. I digress. 2nd and 7, quick throw, and that's a 3rd drop.
3rd drop or 4th drop. One was
Drucker missed the block, and then again the cardinal sin of receivers,
catching it with his, and he's catching it with his chest. He didn't catch it out in front with his hands. He let it get to his chest. Let it get to. I've never seen a kid with a great chest. I've seen him with great hands.
Yes. So 3rd down. This is a big play here in the first quarter. Mustangs trailing by a touchdown.
I would expect to run a route right to the chains like they did before the quick out. There it is. They didn't throw it.
Over the middle. Touchdown, Scott. 52 yards on 3rd and 7. That's his 2nd TD of the game. So he's got touchdowns of 71 yards and 52 yards. He is wide open. I don't know if the Mustangs are a man-to-man there.
And just really the key is too much time.
Yeah.
If you give him this much time, he is going to pick you apart. And they've shown already that they can run right by the defense, so you can't give him that much time. If you're going to you better start bringing some guys to put a little pressure on them in passing situations.
Baker, 31 touchdown passes to only 7 interceptions. And the kick is up, and it's good. 21 straight points by the Wolves, and they lead the Mustangs 21-7. You're watching Monte Vista football on NorCal Sports TV and edTV, presented by American Asphalt. So it's like a compound fracture. After the made PAT personal foul on the Mustangs, so now it's 21-7. George T. Schramm mortgage kickoff for your refinance and new mortgage needs. Go see George T. Schramm Mortgage. Thanks for all your support, George. Mustangs on a short field. And imagine that they'll just kick this right through the end zone. No, a little pooch kick. The Mustangs are ready for it.
Well, emotions run high in a game like this, and you've got to have composure. You can't afford to put yourself in these situations. And you've got you preach it all week. You talk to the kids before the game, during the game, constantly remind them, hold your composure. Things are going to happen out there. You can't lose your cool and give them a free 15 yards.
Ethan Vuve with the return, and it'll be spotted on the 25-yard line. We didn't have many games where you had 3-4 possessions in the first quarter. 2-by-2 set, quick throw, Diebner, and it goes backwards, and then that's got to be a penalty. Speaking of motions, Marco Jones, the sophomore, called for the extracurricular activities. So they'll give that a 1-yard gain, but then they'll march that off 15 yards.
It's the unnecessary throw at the end, and you've got to lay off. You've got to know that at any level they're going to call that. That's what they're looking for, the safety of the game. And both teams, as we said, high emotions, got to control those emotions.
So the Mustangs get a break out to the 42-yard line, 2-by-2 set. That 4-3 defense. There's still a lot of room in the box there. McMahon just there's no room to run. And there's got to be some missed assignments up front.
Yeah, the center's supposed to go back and turn away from that call, and he did not do that and left the defensive tackle unblocked and unabated to the running back.
Second and 13 for the Mustangs. Ford and Diebner at the bottom of your screen. Throw to Diebner. He's going to score, but I think there's a procedure on the Mustangs. Legal motion. Diebner with the touchdown, but it's coming back.
Usually illegal motion is either one person wasn't set while the other went in motion, or he was moving towards the line of scrimmage. We were a little late seeing it. We weren't able to see it, but that's usually what happened.
Maybe have another shot of that? Okay. Don Hubbard with the call. Somebody moved. So touchdown's nullified. Dominic Powell in offset to Turner's left. 4-man rush, throw out to the flat to Powell, and picks up 6 yards. Solid gain. It'll be 3rd down and 12 for Monte Vista.
Nice job of moving in the pocket. You'll see they collapse the pocket, force the center right back on the quarterback. He steps to his left, does a nice job keeping his eyes downfield and just taking what they give him.
Stayed in a throwing position, be able to make that quick release. 3rd and 12 here. Again, don't want to force it. A lot of game left. Wolves get right through the offensive line, but Turner's got room to run. And he's crushed along the sideline by Mendoza.
I'll be interested to see if Monte Vista is going to go for this. I think they have nothing to lose. This is an opportunity where they should go for it.
Go for it.
And I'd also like to see him get back to the empty set. That first drive, that they went into the empty set 3 or 4 of those snaps, and they had great success. Haven't seen it since.
So Jones will come in for Ford. You want to be sure of this play call. And even if you're not, maybe it's not bad to call a timeout if you're not sure. Little triangular bunch formation down here right along the hash mark with an inline tight end. Sprint right. Incomplete.
Much better job on the sprint protection. You'll see the right tackle does a great job of pinning the end, and it gives the quarterback the opportunity to stretch that play. Guys have got to move. When he's on the move like that, those receivers can't be moving back to the middle of the field. Flow with the quarterback, get into the throwing lane.
So Chong wasn't able to make the catch, and it'll be turned over on downs, and they're going to go deep.
Sudden change again.
Scott at the top of your screen along the television numbers, and Maroney here at the bottom of your screen in front of the Monte Vista bench. The junior quarterback takes the snap, and best run play of the night so far for the Wolves. Rivera picks up 8 on 1st down. Laird Wheeler, nice lead block offered by a lot of Ivy League schools. Air Force offer, smart kid, well above our GPA level. Right, Coach?
I didn't say that. No.
Not a big game, but enough for the 1st down for the Wolves, and they'll move the chains down to the Monte Vista 38-yard line with 100 seconds left in the 1st quarter. We used to call this fleet. Handoff. Back-to-back carries for Rivera.
And San Ramon's doing a nice job of cutting the ball back. Those first few times they ran the ball on the perimeter, Monte Vista really did a good job of stringing it out. And you can see they're over-pursuing. That cutback lane is there. And in the last 2 runs, they've really exposed that.
Coming into the game, Rivera, 41 carries, 157 yards, and 2 touchdowns. A senior. Baker in complete control. Short throw out here to Scott. And picks up the 1st down. That's his 3rd reception of the game. So he's well over 130 yards receiving tonight. We haven't even got through the 1st quarter yet. The clock will wind after the chains are set, and the Wolves threatening to score their 4th straight touchdown. Wide up the middle, John Pa Mendoza with his 6th rushing touchdown of the season. And the Wolves answer the first score of the game by the Mustangs with 28 straight points. Austin Shelton on to kick. 43 of 44 on PATs coming into this game. Kick is up, and it's no good. And it's 27-7 with 17 seconds left in the first quarter. We'll keep it here. So, let's see. Get some questions for Coach. So this is the 62nd meeting of the schools. What coach has won the most consecutive games in this rivalry?
Well, I know Coach Becker's won 5 now, if I'm not mistaken, in the regular season, 4 or 5.
Is that your answer?
That'd be my answer.
I'd say the answer is you.
Oh,
you won 6 in a row. And that is, and I'm not going to get into specifics, but that's the humble man that I coach with. He didn't make any calls when he stopped coaching. We'll just leave it there. The Wolves will kick off, and this will be a touchback, and the Mustangs will start another possession on their own 20-yard line.
I'd like to see high school get to what college and pro have done as far as where to start the drive if it gets kicked into the end zone.
Or that option,
25.
the fair catch as well.
And they always preach safety, and these are safety issues, but yet they don't pass those rules.
So the Mustangs with another possession here.
And San Ramon's gone to a nickel front, which is a 3-man front, and the ball's on the ground.
The Mustangs this year, according to Max Preps, have turned the ball over 17 times, but they've only lost 1 fumble. They almost lost one there. It'll be a loss of about 4 yards, and that'll be the end of the first quarter. San Ramon Valley 27, Monte Vista 7. You're watching Monte Vista football on NorCal Sports TV and edTV, presented by American Asphalt. Monte Vista football on NorCal Sports TV, presented by American Asphalt, is brought to you in part by Orthopedic Express by GSOS. When injuries occur, visit our specialty orthopedic urgent care in Walnut Creek. Golden State Orthopedics and Spine. Be your best active self, whether tiny or big, 2 or 102, or a world-class grandparent. You can find care with our expert, compassionate orthopedic doctors. Ned Milin at Morgan Stanley, seeking to help you simplify your financial life and realize the future you envision. Spitz Jewelers, making memories for over 75 years in Walnut Creek. George T. Schramm Mortgage. Contact the 1992 Monte Vista alum George Schramm at georgeschramm.com for your new or refinance mortgage needs. Contra Costa Office of Education. Learn, lead, achieve. edTV, Contra Costa County Education Television, and American Asphalt, taking care of business in the Bay Area for over 35 years. So the start of the second quarter, the Mustangs playing behind the chains, 2nd and 13. I'm Chris Babcock, joined by my broadcast partner, Craig Bergman, here from Sam Zackheim Memorial Field. Little naked out to Jones, and watch the big fella run. The 50, the 40. Down inside the 20 to the 18-yard line, Talon Jones. 55 yards on the little Y slip to the flat.
Nice little inside run. Line does a nice job of selling the run and getting them to flow with that, and that opens up that flat play.
Jones with his second reception of the game. McMahon right up the gut. He is special. This is a nice job of the Mustangs up front, and watch McMahon just with a forward lean. Nice cut right there.
Little inside zone play A little over pursue out of the defense, and the cutback lane was there.
2nd and 2, McMahon. That is beautiful.
Boy, nice dip up inside, lowering the shoulders and finishing. Really like what I'm seeing out of him.
That cut right there. Haven't had many running backs at this high school be able to make that cut that efficient. That cut's pretty nice too. Down, and then it's a fumble into the end zone and recovered by San Ramon Valley and returned out to the 5-yard line.
There's some discussion as to whether the whistle blew.
Marco Jones with the recovery. Don Hubbard will call in. The officials will get together. This is usually never good if they get together if you're the team that recovered. We'll see what the call is.
Unless you're at Amador Valley. Well, the way the kids stopped playing leads me to believe that the whistle had blown and his forward progress definitely had stopped.
There it is. He was down. Bert Mahalachek will clear things up, and I think they're going to call this San Ramon Valley football. So McMahon, who had, after the big pass play to Jones, was fed the rock, and then there's a pile. Seems things had stopped, but a great job by Marco Jones of stripping the football. And if they're not going to blow the whistle, keep playing, and he gets it out to the 9-yard line. It's the second fumble for the Mustangs this season, and their 18th turnover. San Ramon, there are now +2, +4 for the season on turnovers. Monte Vista's turned over the ball twice tonight. Center just getting off the football.
Oh, that's Jimenez just finishing the play.
That was like a sled block video. Mendoza tackled at the 20-yard line. And we've got a player has his helmet knocked off, so he'll have to come out for a play. Mendoza, the senior running back, have to come out for a play, but it's a first down for the Wolves. Scott with his 4th reception, and it's a pickup of 5 yards. Just a timing route. Take the snap, throw the ball, catch, get upfield.
Well, and the corners are a little bit shell-shocked right now. They've been beaten deep twice, and they're playing off, so San Ramon's taking advantage of that.
2nd and 5. Another carry for Rivera. And he'll move the chains for the Wolves. Rivera did a good job with the forward lean and getting positive gain. Once again, give him 4 yards. It'll make it 2nd and 6. And the Wolves will run in another running back. Makai Vieira will come in. Baker scanning the defense. And the Mustangs rally up and get a tackle for no gain.
Nice job out of the inside linebacker here.
Elliott Price.
Reads the back block, shoots it, does a really nice job of stepping up reading that play.
Kind of tackled the guy like he was angry and pissed off. They need to do more of that. 3rd and 5.
Angry and upset is always a good thing for a
defense.
defensive player.
So could be a quick throw. The slant is wide open to the weak side if they want to go to it. Throw downfield, and it's caught. We've got a penalty. Zach Dodson with the catch, but it's a hold on San Ramon Valley, and this one will come back.
Gets away with a little bit of a push at the end of this round. He extends his hand out.
Yeah.
Nice job by him, though. You know, it's only a push if they call it.
It is. So this will get marched back 10 yards. We'll see if he actually caught this.
Once again, way too much time in the pocket. They've got to get more heat on that.
Can you slow that down, Luis? It looked, and maybe my eyes are deceiving me, but it looked like the ball bounced off the turf. But that's, you know, I'm blind. That's a heck of a catch. But it's nullified because of the penalty. So it's 3rd and 15. Beware of the screen. And there it is. Swing pass to Mendoza, works as a screen, and the Wolves will punt.
Nice job out in front by the offensive lineman running through blocks. They did a nice job. When we say pullers run, they get out there and they run in space. Run right at the guy. If he avoids you, you've done your job.
So the Mustangs with a stop played a little complimentary football after McMahon is stripped of the football. The important thing, we haven't seen a lot of it this year, is catch the punt.
Yeah, and they've had an issue with how deep they line up, and they let the ball hit the ground a little too much. That's semi-blocked.
That's partially
right
blocked.
Well, you can pick that up.
Don't touch that. And well, we remember when a team blocked the punt and then tried to return it and fumbled, and we maintained possession. Special teams play for the Mustangs. They're in great field position on their own 49-yard line. And you know what? I mean, you're talking about a game and being competitive. They start the ball with the second half.
And back to the empty set, and you're going to see that inside blitz out of San Ramon.
Aaron Becker with the timeout. Once again, want to thank our partners. Orthopedic Express by GSOS. Golden State Orthopedics and Spine. Ned Milin at Morgan Stanley. Spitz Jewelers. George T. Schramm Mortgage. Contra Costa Office of Education. edTV and American Asphalt. Now, usually off a timeout, you're calling the plays offensively. Would you expect a blitz on first down in the middle of the field?
Well, I know it's obvious that San Ramon's game plan coming in was when Monte Vista showed an empty set, they're going to bring pressure. And so that's great as a coach, because if you know you're going to get the pressure, you plan accordingly. And Monte Vista should be taking advantage of it like they did in the first series, where they actually methodically moved it down the field. And once again, they go back to not the empty set, which I think they need to get back to.
Turner, nice hit. We're just going to talk about this young man. The sophomore, Marco Jones, leads the Wolves, 10.3 tackles a game, 4 TFLs, and watch him bring the heat here.
In college, that could have been a targeting call.
So it'll be a 4-yard gain. Turner has time, throws with time. Scott Diebner.
Diener's got to run through that ball.
Seemed like he pulled up, and you got to be that dog in the park going after the Frisbee and run.
Yeah, don't stop and backpedal on this. Just keep running. That's a well-thrown ball. A little bit outside, obviously, but he's got to run through that.
I like the call on 2nd down and 5. 3rd down here. Jones will line up as a tight end, slotted out. Diebner in motion. Wolves will blitz. Throw over the middle, wide open. Shahada shakes one tackler, shakes another, up the sideline, down to the 5-yard line, exposing the middle of the field. This is like a hot route.
And it's been open all night long. And they need to keep taking advantage of it, because if they do make adjustments, that's going to open up the outside of the field. So right now they're trying to take away the outside and giving you the inside.
So we'll see where this is spotted at the 15. So about a 31-yard gain for the Mustangs.
It's a good time to give a shout-out to the Monte Vista Water Polo. Men's Water Polo has a big NCS match tomorrow against Foothill. Coach Brooke Rogers and the team taking them on.
Did you buy a ticket for this? Because I don't know how good of a field goal kicker you are. But at halftime, it's the Monte Vista High School field goal contest. Buy a ticket, get an opportunity, make a field goal from 45 yards, which is not easy, and you win a brand new Toyota truck.
I remember a few years back when it happened at San Ramon, there's a little monkey business that went on with...
Allegedly. But there won't be any monkey business with this year under Andy Popper. No way. A little reverse pass and a defense. What we just talked about the sophomore Jones, and he brings the hammer here on the double reverse pass.
Probably it's a tough place to run this because the receivers are going to run out of room. It takes a long time to develop. The receivers run out of room when you have something that takes that long to develop. That's probably a better play from midfield.
Not a bad instinctive play by the sophomore Jones. 2nd and 10. Turner. Powell. Catch. Inside the 10. Down to the 8-yard line. Powell doesn't waste any time getting right up the field. So it'll be 3rd down and 4. Mustangs in the red zone once again. Oh, my goodness.
Tried a little trick play there, tried a direct snap right to the running back. I think somebody forgot to tell the running back.
Well, no, he put his hands up there, but the ball snapped right through his hands. So trick or treat was Monday, I believe, but the Mustangs still have some tricks left over.
A little surprised they're not trying the field goal here since it is 4th and 18.
4th down. Turner thrown to the end zone to Diebner. This is a pretty good throw by the sophomore on
throw.
4th and 15.
It's hard to tell. I think
18.
we're going to let's look on film, see if he slows down a little bit. I think he looks back a little too early. Run the double move, trying to run a double move. I think if he accelerates through that, he has a better opportunity to catch it. Ran a good route. Just got to finish through that thing. Take the extra 2 strides without extending the hands. Extend them at the very end. When you run with your hands extended for 2 or 3 steps, it slows you down just that much.
Run. Catch. 1st and 10 to the Wolves on their 20-yard line. Going deep. Back shoulder fade, and Scott with a great catch.
Boy, really nice timing. You could tell
those guys work well together.
Yeah, and I think they've worked on that in practice a lot. That comes from working together in the offseason and not just during the season and developing that one-on-one relationship. throwing the football, knowing exactly where they're going to be.
And he knows where he's going with that. Scott with another reception. He might break a San Ramon Valley High School record tonight for yards receiving in a game, because he had at least 150 in the first quarter.
123 on 2 plays.
2 plays. Short gain. So, yeah, it's a lopsided score. The Mustangs have been down inside the red zone twice and have not come away with any points.
Turnovers have been a big key of this game already, and big plays.
Baker, Scott, and it's another catch for him and another first down. And then we've got a Mustang player down. We'll take a quick break. You're watching Monte Vista football on NorCal Sports TV, presented by
At Golden State Orthopedics and Spine, we want you to get your swing back, get your ride back, get your sprint back. With our top-to-toe orthopedic care throughout the Bay Area, we want you to get your life back. Golden State Orthopedics and Spine, ortho care for life.
So the injured player for Monte Vista is Nick Jensen, the senior. It'll be 1st and 10 for San Ramon Valley. Padrid motion across the formation, and it's Statue of Liberty left. And who's up to run and make a play? Ben Meineke. Watch him just run to the football. This is what Coach Millard was talking about, 3 keys to victory: running downhill and making plays. 2nd and 1. Second and 9. Clock running. Baker sacked. The Mustangs get home.
And that's what you do.
Logan Vieira with the pressure.
And Mustangs are only bringing 4. They run a little stunt, and they're not really an effective stunt, but they do a nice job of getting pressure up front. They've got to start bringing some pressure if San Ramon's going to sit back there in the pocket. Can't give them all day to throw.
And
Nobody can cover
William Barth with some good inside pressure as well. So don't get beat on a double move here. And if you're not blocked and you're rushing, they're probably going to run a screen right behind you.
Or they could run a quarterback draw. They get into this empty set. They haven't done much out of this tonight.
Incomplete, and the Mustangs get a stop. The defense the last 2 times has playing with short, literally, after a turnover and the missed play on 4th down, they've stepped up and done a nice job.
And the young kid, Julian, in there playing defense as well. McMahon doing a nice job putting pressure on the quarterback, not letting him get enough zip into that ball.
Shahada back deep. We're signaling him to move up.
Too deep.
That'd be the first thing we'd watch in films and make a note of, and where we're going to line up. And then you watch, and then in pregame you got to watch too, because you got weather factors. Monte Vista's lined up off sides.
Yeah, he's going to throw the flag, I do believe. Okay, well, we talk about why we're saying move up, because every time that ball hits the ground, you'd like to catch it where it hits, because if you let it bounce and it bounces for 15 yards, now you're starting 15 yards. That's 1.5 first downs that you have to gain that you could have had if you field that punt. So you got to move up, and it's the same thing that happened 2 games ago.
Okay, so the Mustangs will take over on their own 20. 3:09 left in the first half. They have all 3 timeouts. They get the ball to start the second half. This is a great opportunity to get winners outs.
And here comes the blitz.
No safety. No safety at all.
Every time you run that empty set, you're getting that same look, and you're going to get those looks.
If this ball's thrown at a better spot, Breedlove has a chance to break a tackle. But since it's thrown high and not in rhythm for him, it's a short gain.
I mean, right now, if I'm Monte Vista, I'm going to go to that set every time knowing full well that you're going to get blitz. And you can get rid of the ball quick. It's one-on-one across the board, and the middle of the field is wide open. You could come with any crosser from that empty set.
There's no penalty, and then this is going to be Monte Vista. Looked like Monte Vista moved.
Somebody moved early. Well, he moved. He may not have been in the neutral zone. It's tough to tell from that angle.
Yeah.
He certainly got a running start at it, but he may have been deep enough.
Now, McMahon was sort of kind of in the area, but that's what the officials are going to talk about right here. So it'll be 3rd down. Mustangs want to get back into this game. They need to do it in this drive. Great opportunity for them. Need to convert on 3rd down. San Ramon will play coverage. McMahon. That's a nice, simple throw and catch, and he moves the chains. Watch 29 out here on the swing route. And the important thing, Coach, is he got him the ball right now.
In and out of your hands. You know, young quarterback, once again, it's like a broken record. Get it out of his hands as quick as he can. Don't let him have to don't put pressure on him to make reads.
Makai Castillo is injured. He'll have to come out. 2:23 left here in the second quarter. Julian McMahon having quite a football game. Yes, he was dislodged of the football, but he's been a chain mover for the Mustangs. Still can run the football here. Turner, deep ball, and incomplete. A lot of hands there. A lot of hands working. The corner, Jack Horton, tested on this play. Throws it on time.
He overstrides a little bit. He loses a lot of distance with that. If you overstride, you're throwing with all your arm. And, you got to short stride that thing, get over your front foot, and rip it.
Maybe try that little swing screen to McMahon to the wide side of the field. There's nobody out there. 2nd and 10. Slant. Got to be a face mask, and there it is. And it'll be a 15-yard penalty for the Wolves grabbing the face mask. And so this was marched at the 43-yard line. It'll be tacked on 15 yards. That weak side throw is wide open. So it'll be a 15-yard penalty, and all of a sudden the Mustangs are inside San Ramon territory.
Again. They've moved the ball up. Moving the ball hasn't been an issue for them tonight.
1:59. Mustangs still have all their 3 timeouts. And they're in a pass defense. You got a lot of room up the middle. In window, hitch and go. It's going to be a hitch and pitch.
Yeah,
the hook and ladder.
Once he bobbled it, the timing of that was off. I think Dietner did a nice job of not trying to toss it out there when he did bobble.
So it's going to be a throw to Diebner, but McMahon's got to do is he's got to just belly.
He's got to slow down a little bit. He was in too much of a hurry. He's got to slow down so that it gives Dietner a chance to catch it.
If he swings the bar door open a little wider, that might time out a little bit better. The Mustangs going to the tricks tonight. third time.
Well, you can't take them with you.
Nope. Diebner.
Get up the field, get what you can. Don't run backwards.
Immediate timeout by Coach Millard. So it'll be after the timeout will be third down.
You know, not a lot of emotion out of the Monte Vista sidelines. You know, it is 27-7, but you score here, get the ball back in the first and the second half, you can make this a one-score game.
We've seen weirder things happen. You come down here and score, you lay a little bit of doubt in their mind, and then you're going to get the ball to start the second half.
And you've got to have confidence because you've been moving the ball all night long. You've self-destructed with turnovers and some penalties and, you know, and just some mistakes that way, but you've moved it at will on them.
They've given up some big plays on the passing plays, but they seem to have cleaned that up a little bit. But no reason to wait. You let it all out, let it all hang out. You don't want to see the celebration of the opposing team after the game. You want to be doing that. Still have a big opportunity. Third down.
This is the second time Monte Vista's put this set into the boundary. Last time they threw the slant up top.
Not a bad check down. That's special. When in doubt, this is like Jimmy Garoppolo finding Christian McCaffrey out in the flat. Comes all the way across, continues to play the game, and then one missed tackle.
I really like how he keeps his eyes down the field when he's moving in the pocket. He's showing a lot of poise right there for a kid that's being his first varsity start. Really is one of his first starts as a quarterback, period.
Yeah, Grant Klein is shaken up on that play, but the Mustangs, once again, I mean, they've run the ball fairly successfully, but right there, the check down to McMahon, and let him do the work and then some. And I like how he's reacted after turning over the football, playing offense and defense. So it'll be 1st and 10 for the Mustangs. Had Jones, but a good job by the linebacker getting underneath that route to make it a tougher throw. And it goes incomplete.
And he locks onto this kid, and his eyes stayed on him, and the defense converged on that. He's got to get a little better at that. He will. He'll get much better at that, and understanding that you can't stare down a receiver. You know, the way that they're getting the ball to McMahon out of the backfield, they got to continue to do that.
Diebner.
He slowed down when he ran a nice route, but he slowed down when he went past him. Once again, that's a perfect ball. He needs to accelerate. Once he clears it, you'll see he runs a nice speed step to the inside down here. Then he slows down just enough, right there.
He's almost turning and running backwards.
He's got to run through that. You can always come back to the ball. You can always come back if it's underthrown, but you have to accelerate, expecting that ball to be deeper and run to it.
So we had a penalty on the play. Holding on Monte Vista.
From the spot of the foul. That's another rule in high school I think needs to be changed.
It just drives me nuts. It should be third and 20. Third and 20 or 2nd and 20. In 26, do not force the ball here. Still got plenty of time. You got 3 downs. San Ramon blitzes again. Shallow cross, catch, broken tackle, up the sideline, gets out of bounds. Great move. Jacob Chong with the catch on the zero route, and watch him wave through traffic and get out of bounds. Thrown with timing, breaks one tackle, breaks another, and gets out of bounds. 3rd and 12. Great job by the Mustangs maintaining composure and not panicking on 3rd and 26.
Got half of it back, put himself in it. They have 4 downs to get this.
Throwback. Oh, my goodness. Intercepted. Marco Jones. And he'll take a to the house. I think this is a sprint left, throwback right. It is. It's a throwback to McMahon, but Jones, the sophomore, with the pick six, third turnover by the Mustangs.
And it's really tough to ask your quarterback to roll left and throw back right. You know, it's a much easier throw when you're rolling right and throwing back left because you don't need to get your shoulders around quite as quick.
Have any of the gadget plays worked tonight?
That would be a no.
That would be a no. And you're putting your young quarterback really out in the frying pan with that was a sprint left throwback. Here's a better look. Throwback. Oh my! Now it's another thing if you sprint right, intercepted, and you throw back left. It's a normal athletic position, but 34-7, San Ramon Valley. And Leitch will kick off. So 2 defensive scores by San Ramon Valley and then a 71-yard reception and a 50-yard reception. Shahada with the return out to the 25-yard line. Now, they get the ball to start the second half. Everything that's happened, do you take a knee here?
You know, in this situation, I probably would. Keep your quarterback healthy. Don't do something that's going to destroy his confidence right now.
They were in a similar situation against Cal High, and took one more shot, and it looks like they're gonna just take a knee here, which I think is a good decision. And we'll show the George T. Schramm mortgage kickoff. I forgot about George. George, my apologies. George T. Schramm mortgage for your new or refinance mortgage needs. So it's 34-7, San Ramon Valley. And Monte Vista started off the game with a bunch of chunk plays, and they led 7-0. But then San Ramon Valley has run off 5 straight scores. 2 of those are pick sixes, and yada, yada, yada. It is 34-7. You're watching Monte Vista football on NorCal Sports TV and edTV, presented by American Asphalt.
Hello, I'm Dr. Michael Miklich, a sports medicine doctor in Golden State Orthopedics and Spine. I've been head team physician at Monte Vista High School over the past 15 years. I provide prompt specialty care, orthopedic surgery, sports medicine for the injured Monte Vista athletes and all of their families. I also provide sideline coverage for sports such as football. Being the community sports medicine doctor that families can rely upon is also important to me. Taking care of injured Monte Vista athletes and returning them to top form is an important part of my orthopedic surgery practice. I lead a team that includes a certified athletic trainer on campus and the sidelines, and together we provide a level of care for an athlete that would be expected of a Division I collegiate or professional athletic program. We provide a continuity of care that may begin on the sideline after an injury and continue in the office setting. Between me and my colleagues, we treat sports injuries and musculoskeletal problems from head to toe. You may find me or the athletic trainer on the sideline, or you may come see me in the office in San Ramon or Walnut Creek.
Monte Vista football on NorCal Sports TV, presented by American Asphalt, is brought to you in part by Orthopedic Express by GSOS. When injuries occur, visit our specialty orthopedic urgent care in Walnut Creek. Golden State Orthopedics and Spine. Be your best active self, whether tiny or big, 2 or 102, or a world-class grandparent. You can find care with our expert, compassionate orthopedic doctors. Ned Milin at Morgan Stanley, seeking to help you simplify your financial life and realize the future you envision. Spitz Jewelers, making memories for over 75 years in Walnut Creek. George T. Schramm Mortgage. Contact the 1992 Monte Vista alum George Schramm at georgeschramm.com for your new or refinance mortgage needs. Contra Costa Office of Education. Learn, lead, achieve. edTV, Contra Costa County Education Television, and American Asphalt, taking care of business in the Bay Area for over 35 years.
At Golden State Orthopedics and Spine, we want you to get your swing back, get your ride back, get your sprint back. With our top-to-toe orthopedic care throughout the Bay Area, we want you to get your life back. Golden State Orthopedics and Spine, ortho care for life.
Hello, I'm Dr. Michael Miklich, a sports medicine doctor in Golden State Orthopedics and Spine. I've been head team physician at Monte Vista High School over the past 15 years. I provide prompt specialty care, orthopedic surgery, sports medicine for the injured Monte Vista athletes and all of their families. I also provide sideline coverage for sports such as football. Being the community sports medicine doctor that families can rely upon is also important to me. Taking care of injured Monte Vista athletes and returning them to top form is an important part of my orthopedic surgery practice. I lead a team that includes a certified athletic trainer on campus and the sidelines, and together we provide a level of care for an athlete that would be expected of a Division I collegiate or professional athletic program. We provide a continuity of care that may begin on the sideline after an injury and continue in the office setting. Between me and my colleagues, we treat sports injuries and musculoskeletal problems from head to toe. You may find me or the athletic trainer on the sideline, or you may come see me in the office in San Ramon or Walnut Creek.
Monte Vista football on NorCal Sports TV, presented by American Asphalt, is brought to you in part by Orthopedic Express by GSOS. When injuries occur, visit our specialty orthopedic urgent care in Walnut Creek. Golden State Orthopedics and Spine. Be your best active self, whether tiny or big, 2 or 102, or a world-class grandparent. You can find care with our expert, compassionate orthopedic doctors. Ned Milin at Morgan Stanley, seeking to help you simplify your financial life and realize the future you envision. Spitz Jewelers, making memories for over 75 years in Walnut Creek. George T. Schramm Mortgage. Contact the 1992 Monte Vista alum George Schramm at georgeschramm.com for your new or refinance mortgage needs. Contra Costa Office of Education. Learn, lead, achieve. edTV, Contra Costa County Education Television, and American Asphalt, taking care of business in the Bay Area for over 35 years.
At Golden State Orthopedics and Spine, we want you to get your swing back, get your ride back, get your sprint back. With our top-to-toe orthopedic care throughout the Bay Area, we want you to get your life back. Golden State Orthopedics and Spine, ortho care for life.
So we're back here, Sam Zackheim Memorial Field. San Ramon leads Monte Vista 34-7. If you want to show the graphic, there's a contest, a raffle, to kick a 45-yard field goal, which is not easy. A 25-yard field goal is not easy. So win a brand new Toyota Tacoma from Toyota of Walnut Creek, but you got to kick a 45-yard field goal. And we're waiting for some action, Coach.
Yeah, I think there's a problem with the microphone, and Mr. Popper would like to be announcing. He needs his 15 minutes of fame.
He does.
And as a coach, these are the things that drive you crazy. You come out expecting and ready to play, and they're not ready to play. You see both teams standing on the sideline. It's crazy. You go to a, what do they say, a field goal kicking contest, and a football game broke out.
Well, I don't want to break away and then something exciting happens. And nothing worse than when a guy thinks a microphone's on, but it's not.
I'm psyched.
I am psyched too. So if you're just joining us, San Ramon leads 34-7, and this is a contest to kick a 45-yard field goal. If you make the field goal, you win the Toyota. Simple, right? So the clock expired about 7 minutes ago. Well, while we're going through this, I want to thank our partners again. Orthopedic Express by GSOS. Golden State Orthopedics and Spine. Ned Milin at Morgan Stanley. Spitz Jewelers, we'll be visiting them soon for the Mrs. Christmas gift. George T. Schramm Mortgage. Contra Costa Office of Education, edTV, and American Asphalt. And we've got a history moment, but I don't want to break into it because then we miss the field goal, and then we'll get letters from parents that we don't like it.
You probably have time. That person who got picked is still making their way out of the crowd.
Are they loosening up?
They're loosening up in the bullpen.
All right, well, let me set this up first. Nearly 20 years ago today, San Ramon Valley was ahead of Monte Vista 44-40. With 8 seconds left.
Well, let's backtrack. Wasn't there 37 seconds
hold on.
left?
Big fella. Deep breath now. Now we're going to wait. We'll wait.
People are on pins and needles right now.
He's calling a friend. It must be a challenging question.
Phone a friend?
We've got a lot of great feedback, and we're not talking about criticism. We're talking about electrostatic feedback. All right. So there was 44 seconds left in the game. San Ramon Valley just went ahead 44-40. We had 2 timeouts left, and this happened.
Here we go. No timeouts left. This could be the last play of the game. 3rd down. Right. Looking. Throwing. Touchdown! Unbelievable! 46-44.
Touchdown reception of the game, and Kyle Wright's 6th touchdown pass. That was the largest crowd. You see people all over the place. We have in the end zone, the south end zone, there's the big fella.
Not quite as big there.
No. I even showed a picture of me. I look kind of svelte. But anyway, that's a special moment in Monte Vista football history as we're continuing to wait for this miraculous field goal attempt.
And I will say it was sure nice to see grass on that field right there.
Right. So, but it was really green grass.
Yes, it was.
And because a number of students from San Ramon Valley painted a certain male object on the field, and knowing that game was going to be on television on Comcast, we had to paint the field green. All right, so here's our first field goal attempt.
I'm going to say he gets it to the 10-yard line.
I think he's going to slip because he's in saddle shoes.
I might go 10-yard line. It might end up at the 10, not land at the 10. He's making the most of his time.
He's going to make the most of his time, indeed. We're ready. Tee it up, big fella.
Well, he made it further than I thought he would. I don't know if he's throwing a tantrum or celebrating.
Is that it?
I think there's one more.
One more? So you buy a ticket, several tickets, and this is a fundraiser for the Monte Vista Athletic Boosters. It looks like some guys out of your next level football coach might get a shot here. You need a ringer.
Some would call that a fix.
A fix. I'm sure the San Ramon coaches are thrilled. Well, as Johnny Carson used to say, that's a wrap. Okay. So it's 34-7. The Mustangs get the ball to start the second half. They had minus 1 yard rushing because the quarterback sacks. The Mustangs had 3 turnovers. One, unfortunately, was in the end zone. Here's the first score of the game to Diebner. And Monte Vista was up 7-0 after the extra point. And then the aerial attack. Scott for 71 yards. And then throwing late, pick 6, Padrid. And then Baker to Scott again. And now the Wolves will kick off. George T. Schramm mortgage kickoff. Shahada. And then we've got a flag, and that'll be a block in the back. Actually, Breedlove with the return, but this will come back. So the Mustangs will take over on their own 20-yard line. Looks like Mateo Congdon will be in at quarterback. McMahon, and watch him run. Picks up 10 yards. And that should be good enough for a first down. Thought they might go to that play in the first half, throw that weak side swing route. Congdon with he's 17 touchdowns, 15 interceptions. That's how you run. That's how you run through a tackle.
They've gotten good mileage out of that play into the short side of the field. And once again, I'd love to see him get back to the empty. I mean, you can dictate what you're going to get defensively. Anytime you want to get a blitz and get the middle of the field open, get to your empty set.
Congdon, 55% completion percentage on the season. McMahon slips, and he'll lose a yard. I hope they don't hit a student in the head with a towel as they're checking their cell phone in between plays.
It's the most excitement I've seen out of the crowd.
They are fired up. 3rd and 6. Congdon scrambles out and then is sacked. And who got home for the Wolves? Mitch Bruno. Sound familiar? And probably, I think, about the 6th sack of the game for San Ramon Valley.
Yeah, they've gone away from the quick stuff and tried to throw the ball down the field a little bit.
And they came in the game with only 7 sacks, so they're close to doubling up their number. Jungi on to punt. Nice kick. "35-yard punt, and the Wolves will take over with 9:58 left in the 3rd quarter with their first possession of the 3rd quarter. Rivera picks up 3. It'll be 2nd and 7 for San Ramon Valley. So the playoff seedings will be announced on Sunday, and would expect San Ramon Valley to be a top 2 seed, not in Division I, Division II. Last year they were the number 1 seed and lost to Campolindo.
I don't understand the North Coast section, the way they put teams in what divisions. It's a little backwards, if you ask me. San Ramon should be in the same as Monte Vista and Foothill and Amador Valley. And
Y slip to Dodson and doesn't quite have enough for the first down, so it'll be 3rd and short. Baker with the quarterback sneak, and have they signaled the first down? Yes, they have.
Well, and it really doesn't matter what seed you get. I've seen a 16 seed beat a 1 seed last year in the soccer playoffs. So it can happen.
I won't ask you who the 1 seed was. Quick hitch, Padrid with the catch.
And he was the state coach of the year.
Quick throw, couple-yard gain for the Wolves. Empty set for Coach Becker.
Got press coverage down here, one-on-one, if he wants to take a shot up the field to Scott.
Well, Scott's had quite a night. He has to have at least 180 yards in receiving. And 2 of them were for 2 plays were 120 plus. Baker.
There's the shot up the field.
Padrid. And it's caught. Down to the 6-yard line. They'll mark it at the 5. 40-yard gain And the Wolves go a little tempo and get right up under the football. Quick screen out here. It's got to be a hold, no call. Touchdown, San Ramon Valley. They had numbers over on the left side. Monte Vista didn't adjust, and a tempo throw, and it's a touchdown for Padrid.
Just a little quick screen out there, took advantage of the numbers. Monte Vista was a little late getting out there.
And the extra point is good. And San Ramon Valley will watch this play. They're just a number game out here. And he used to tell people as safeties and linebackers, you're not going to stop a touchdown in the end zone.
Yeah, the closer you get to the end zone, the tighter you got to play. And the worst thing is when you look at sometimes at younger levels, you'll see kids backpedal out of the end zone. And it makes you chuckle, but it also shows maybe they haven't watched a lot of football and don't understand that. And they do as they get older and pick those things up.
George T. Schramm Mortgage. Contact the 1992 Monte Vista alum, George Schramm, at georgeschramm.com for your new or refinance mortgage needs. Chong didn't get a lot of help blocking. See a lot of his teammates watching him, but Chong get up the field with a nice return, and the Mustangs will have good field position at their 39-yard line. (41-7). Congdon will continue at quarterback. 3-by-1 set. Slant route to Chahada, and he makes the catch. It'll be 7 yards. They've got I don't know if they have the play, but they've run this a number of times. The slant go is there if they want to go to it.
It is. At this point, the chances of getting back in the game are slim and none. So this is when you want to work on your stuff and build for next year. We talked about it. The whole game has been that way.
McMahon moves the chains.
Establish some good drives here. Put the ball in the end zone a few times. And that's what you're looking for. And you're looking for kids not to quit. Never give up.
With all the sacks they had, they still had over 240 yards in the first half of offense. But 3 turnovers. Congdon. Breedlove incomplete.
Was trying to run that shallow cross. Breedlove got a little too deep on that. He ran into actually the umpire.
Should stay flat here.
And he goes right here. He starts to fade up the field. He's got to stay flat down the line.
If he stays flat, he gets the umpire as a blocker. Congdon, laid over the middle, overthrows Jones and in and out of the hands of Nick Rivera. So it'll be 3rd down and 10. The starter was Braden Turner, the sophomore, but 2 pick sixes, and then Coach Millard makes the change at halftime. Shahada with another catch, picks up 7, gets out of bounds. And the difference between pros, college and high school, when you get out of bounds, the clock stops, doesn't rewind when the chains are reset.
There is a point in a game when the point differential leads to a running clock.
It's 35, I believe.
Turnover on downs.
Second time tonight, the Mustangs have turned it over on downs. And the Wolves will take over on their own 42-yard line. 6:23 left in the third quarter.
I would expect a lot of running from here on out from San Ramon. Obviously, if it's an obvious pass situation, I can see them throwing, but and they're also huddling now. Just anything they can to just kill more clock.
Rivera offset to Baker's left. Padrid in motion across the formation. And it's a fast screen to Scott. Tells you what we know.
Well, those kind of throws are more like an outside run.
Right.
You know, you're not throwing the ball down the field. That really is just like a perimeter run.
I tell you, Nicolo Jimenez at center. Boy, he sets his hands on a guy, and it's tough to get by him. But focusing on him, a couple of plays, and you're kind of center.
I tell you, he's done a great job of finishing.
Right there, resets his hands inside.
Not a big guy.
No.
Has tremendous leverage. You watch his pad level. He, is a good, what we call a natural knee bender.
Boom, sets his hands, resets him inside. Completion out here to Maroney.
And you can tell he's got a little bit of nastiness in there. He finishes plays. He likes to finish.
Little Alex White in him.
And there's that's a good trait to have as a center.
Yes. All right, empty set here. Baker. Complete. Second multiple receptions for the tight end, Zach Dodson.
You get a chance to watch Jimenez here. Watch him pick up the looper here and watch him just stone him right there in the line. Loops in, boom, right there. Takes him on, takes him with his hands. I mean, that's good offensive line play right there. You love seeing a kid use his hands like that, move his feet. It fires me up.
So they've got some big pieces there, but boy, Jimenez is the glue right in the middle. The senior. 1st and 10. Run right up the gut by Andrew Wolf. And that'll move the chains for San Ramon Valley.
He had no choice but to go to San Ramon with the last name Wolf.
Yeah, you don't think he's coming here. Actually did move the chains. It'll be 2nd down. Scott's going deep, out and up, has wide open, but Baker didn't have enough time. Scott running circles out there in front of San Ramon's bench. Might want to run a blitz here, put a helmet somewhere.
And out and up when you're up 41-7 is not really good sportsmanship on that.
3rd down, and the Mustangs will continue to press at the top of your screen. Wolf with a carry moves the chains, and the Wolves are inside the 30. Will be spotted at the 28-yard line. Wolves started this drive on their own 42 at the 6:23 mark. 1st and 10. And we've got a hold on San Ramon Valley, and this will get brought back. So it's a spot foul, so they'll lose about 14 yards on this play. Well, on the penalty, rather. About 1st and 24 for the Wolves. Lateral. Throw to Rivera. And Bradley Ballard running to the football makes the play.
I believe it's official. I believe there are more cheerleaders than there are players tonight. I count 45 cheerleaders.
Anything over 40 is a challenge for me. All right, so 2nd and 20. Baker has a lot of time, and over the middle, intercepted by Breedlove. He's at the 40. He's at the 50. Breaks another tackle at the 30. Down to the 24-yard line. Nice job by John Breedlove, the junior. And no block in the back, no sharks, no cheap shots. And 3rd and long, and Breedlove is all over it. Nice return by him.
It looks for a second like he looked to lateral, like he wanted the lateral, but there was nobody there. If you watch him later, he switches the ball to his left hand, kind of looks backwards, right in here somewhere, right, and he looked like he wanted to lateral it to somebody.
So the Mustangs, great field position. Congdon at quarterback. Handoff to McMahon, and the Wolves defense, too much penetration, holds McMahon to no gain.
Beautiful night, no rain. I thought we might get some rain.
No precip. Clock's running.
Reminds me of the song by Toto. It's the rains out of Africa.
I digress. Congdon, Diebner, incomplete. We'll bring up 3rd down and 10.
Tough to throw to the single receiver side into a safety.
Into a safety. Ben Meineke in for Congdon. You know Ben will pick up the blitz if have to. Swing route. Meineke breaks a tackle. I love that kid.
Mateo's got to get rid of that ball a little bit quicker.
Give him a chance.
Yeah, he threw it a little bit late, and he took an unnecessary shot. Let him square up, let him make a move on that kid.
Grit tough, Ben Meineke. Tough kid. First and, Congdon has that ball slip out of his hands, football folly style.
Hey, anybody who's played quarterback, that's happened to. Everybody's done that.
Jumps on the football. Mustangs lose about 8 yards. It'll be 2nd down and 18. They've gone to the well a lot on that swing route to the short side of the field, but they hand it off to McMahon. Bye-bye. No flags. 20-yard touchdown run by Julian McMahon. Nice run. McMahon. Watch the speed and nice block downfield by Diebner. And McMahon finds the end zone.
Once again, things to build on. Man, I see a lot of good things out of these young guys.
So do I.
Should be a good quarterback competition. Two guys now with a little bit of experience. Should make them both better. If they're competitors, they'll thrive and they'll enjoy that. Make each other better.
Yep.
If they're not competitors, then they won't like it.
Jungie with the extra point is good, and it's 41-14 San Ramon Valley. You're watching Monte Vista football on NorCal Sports TV, presented by American Asphalt. George T. Schramm Mortgage. Go to georgeschramm.com for your new or refinance mortgage needs. Julian McMahon with the 20-yard run. Mustangs will pooch kick this. Taken by Mendoza. Return to the Monte Vista bench at the 27-yard line. Now, do you think they go all pass here again, or?
I'd like to see him try and run the football here a little bit, keep that clock moving. You know, unless they bring in their backup. If you bring in your backup quarterback, I have no problem with throwing when you're up. They deserve an opportunity to play too. But if you keep with your starters in there, you don't want to get guys hurt. You get guys hurt, you got playoffs next week. You're expecting to be a pretty high seed. And, you see it happen at every level. People keep their starters in and they get hurt, and it ends up costing them.
Baker will remain at quarterback. Offset to his left is Rivera, and he'll get the handoff. And he churns ahead for 3. They got some big offensive linemen when they get up to that second level.
And athletic, you don't see a lot of great big bodies. They're big kids, not great big bodies.
Second down, Baker's hammered.
Intercepted.
And it's intercepted by Breedlove to the 20, taken down at the 17, and Baker took quite a hit. Now, coming into this game, Baker had only thrown 7 interceptions. He now has 9. Breedlove, the junior, he's coming back next year. No quitting that young man.
And you're really taking a chance leaving your quarterback in there and throwing the football in situations like this. You take big hits like that, and as we said, they've got the playoffs, and they're going to get a pretty good seed.
That was a wrap and finish to the turf, and Breedlove. The Mustangs, they're not looking at the scoreboard. They're just playing hard. And as we mentioned, it's a young group. And a lot of nice pieces returning next year, including number 88, the sophomore, Kellen Ford. Another muff snap. And maybe the Mustangs just setting them up for a big play.
It's a good snap.
Yeah.
Got to be able to handle that snap.
You have to anticipate the snap being anywhere, right? Sometimes it's going to be a little low, and that'll be the last play of the third quarter. So the Mustangs trail San Ramon Valley 41-14. We'll come back in the fourth quarter. You're watching Monte Vista football on NorCal Sports TV and edTV, presented by American Asphalt. Monte Vista football on NorCal Sports TV, presented by American Asphalt, is brought to you in part by Orthopedic Express by GSOS. When injuries occur, visit our specialty orthopedic urgent care in Walnut Creek. Golden State Orthopedics and Spine. Be your best active self, whether tiny or big, 2 or 102, or a world-class grandparent. You can find care with our expert, compassionate orthopedic doctors. Ned Milin at Morgan Stanley, seeking to help you simplify your financial life and realize the future you envision. Spitz Jewelers, making memories for over 75 years in Walnut Creek. George T. Schramm Mortgage. Contact the 1992 Monte Vista alum George Schramm at georgeschramm.com for your new or refinance mortgage needs. Contra Costa Office of Education. Learn, lead, achieve. edTV, Contra Costa County Education Television, and American Asphalt, taking care of business in the Bay Area for over 35 years. So the start of the fourth quarter, 41-14 here. And Breedlove with 2 interceptions of Baker. And on the last one, Baker was hit hard. We thought we might see a little bit more running, but the Wolves throw the ball, and they paid for it twice. See if the Mustangs can get into the end zone. On the first down play it wasn't a perfect snap, but it's a catchable snap. And you talked about keeping your shoulders square, not backing up on the snap. And when you're backing up on things, it makes it hard to bend over. 2nd and 15. It's a double pass. I did ask you in the timeout what trick play they were going to run.
I didn't see that one coming. I should have, because you're right. I think we probably faced that 50 times
during the scout team. Yeah,
we were coaching the scout team.
Coach, run the script. I did. It's my script. And you put the hand up.
You know what? The kids love practicing those things.
Well, you got to you got to have fun. Football is a game of physicality. Speaking of Ford, he's tied up on the reroute.
And he comes up limping. He's got a little bit of a tweaked ankle right there. You can see along the line of scrimmage, they must have seen some things in film that you can't. They double him. They immediately doubled him when he was flexed out to the single receiver side. So they must have seen something like that they're going to throw a fade into the end zone when they run that set, because San Ramon was not fooled one bit.
So it's 4th down and 12. You've got McMahon and Diebner on the weak side. 3 receivers, strong side. McMahon's open, but then he's sacked, stripped of the football. It'll be Monte Vista will turn the ball over on downs. And who got there for San Ramon is Jimmy Schneider.
He had enough time to step up and get rid of the football, but he held on to it a little bit too long. And
McMahon crossed his face. He's the hot hand. So the turnover, the Wolves defense steps up, and the Mustangs, 3rd time tonight, they turned the ball over on downs. So Baker, coming into the game with only 7 interceptions, has thrown 2 picks tonight. Not surprised to see this run. Pickup of 6 by Rivera. Boy, he just, that's a drop step pick. Oh, that's sled 101 right there. Enjoyed watching Kelsey, the center for the Eagles last night. My gosh, your drop step piggyback king, dancing in the backfield. Short gain is enough for the first down. Another first down by Rivera.
Monte Vista's defensive tackles trying to submarine a little bit there and keep those offensive linemen off the linebackers. Can be effective, but it also can be a detriment because you're losing your linemen on the ground. They can't make plays.
It's a change-up, but not a game plan. Unless you're playing Washington or Fremont.
Boy, Ben Meineke, once again, set the edge. You watch him come up. He forces it back in, and the pursuit catches up. 24, Meineke, this is what when you talk about setting an edge, not letting something get outside of you. Takes the guy correct, keeps his outside arm free, forces it back inside. That's just textbook defense.
Yeah. Ben does a lot of good things. 5'10", 167, dripping wet. Respect the way that young man plays football. So we've got a double tight end set for the Wolves. And it's a Y slip to the flat. They've run that play a couple of times. Another catch by Dodson. And it'll bring up 3rd and short. Lineman cell run. And slip to the flat. That was our adjustment to naked when teams started taking away. We would bring them from the other side, stolen from Coach Shanahan of the Broncos.
That would be Mike Shanahan.
Mike Shanahan, never mind. I formation, double tight end set. They normally sneak out of this. Captain Obvious. Monte Vista lined up offside, second time tonight. You've lost before the play, the ball is even snapped. And I'm sure that's not just the second time. I'm sure that official has warned the players several times.
And then we're starting to see some new numbers in there.
For Monte Vista.
Yes.
Let's continue with that double tight end set. Carry by Wolf. Picks up 3. Second down. 7 minutes and 30 seconds left here in the 4th. Wolf, nice cut. Picks up 13 yards and another San Ramon Valley first down. That was all because of the offensive line of San Ramon getting their hands set on the Monte Vista front and then getting to that second level.
One of the better runs they've had tonight.
Wolf.
Starting to control the line of scrimmage a little bit now, though.
Pick up 7. The Wolf stays in bounds and the clock will continue to wind.
Just collapsing the edge there. Wasn't able to set it.
Picks the blitz up. Picks up the blitzer and then gets to the second level. Wolves huddling, working the clock. I formation.
Really a goal line offensive set right here.
First down run by Rivera.
Or Marco Jones on the edge just buries his guy, blocks him 10 yards downfield.
This is a sophomore.
Turns, Makes it easy for the running back right there.
And he's listed as a tight end. Hasn't played a lot of reps there tonight. But, you know, it's late in the game, and you just tell he wants to play football. Getting off the ball. So the Wolves will bring in another tight end, and they'll continue with this I formation, and they're going to work this play clock down. Tripped up. Looked like they wanted to run the old stretch play to the left, Coach.
Yeah, that's the goal line stretch play. You got a lead back, you got a wing back, you got a tight end. You're just running to your strength right here. And they would have got good mileage had he not slipped.
So a loss of 1, 2nd and 11. They'll break formation and get in the shotgun. Would imagine a run to Rivera here. That's what it is. Nice patience. Run out of bounds. It'll be 1st and goal at the 10-yard line. Ethan Vuve coming up from the safety spot, wrapping up. I slipped 24 down off the edge here. Rivera with another carry. It'll be 2nd down and goal from the 7-yard line. When you get upfield, you leave a gap right behind you.
Usually if you're unblocked for a reason.
Jinx. Wolf drops his head, gets down to the 5. It'll be 3rd down and 5. The junior tight end, Zach Dodson, doing a nice job there setting the edge. Baker
milking that clock.
Waiting for the hand count. Wolf down to the 1, making the 2-yard line.
It's at the point where they might be able to. I think they should keep running the ball. They're doing a great job. They could take a knee here, but these guys they deserve to get in there and play, and they're running the ball. This is a nice drive they put on.
Yep. Ground Becker.
You're at the point where that referee is going to give you about a minute and a half if you want in between plays.
I formation, Rivera at fullback. 28 reach, and it's touchdown San Ramon Valley. Nick Rivera with the score. And Shelton on to kick the PAT. The kick is up, and it's good, and it's And all San Ramon as they lead 48-14. You're watching Monte Vista football on NorCal Sports TV, presented by American Asphalt.
Ned Milin has over 16 years of experience in the financial industry, serving high net worth individuals, their families, business owners, and corporate executives. Ned practically helps to develop and implement portfolio enhancements in order to provide the appropriate investment strategy for clients. He also focuses on relationship management, comprehensive business management, and asset management and research. Please contact the 1998 Monte Vista alum, Ned Milin, to develop a plan for your family or company. Ned Milin at Morgan Stanley, seeking to help you simplify your financial life and realize the future you envision.
George T. Schramm Mortgage. Contact the 1992 Monte Vista alum at georgeschramm.com for your new or refinance mortgage needs. Touchback. Monte Vista will take over on their own 20-yard line. Mass substitutions for San Ramon Valley defense. And coming into quarterback for Monte Vista is the senior Ryan Taylor. 9 of 19, 131 yards, 3 touchdowns, and an interception this season. Coach Millard giving a chance for a senior quarterback to close out this game. And that's nearly intercepted. Flashbacks of George Plimpton. Google it. Wow.
Played by the great Alan Alda in Paper Lion.
Very good. Very good.
You know, I'm the king of useless knowledge.
We are. Probably thing I miss most about coaching is those useless information talks on Sunday films. Meineke with the run picks up a couple yards.
I miss the Wednesday questions.
Yes. What exit do we take to get to Pleasant to Amador Valley?
What freeway are we going to take?
We're not taking one. We're playing them at home. Never got that. Always.
No, they never figured it out.
You intimidated them. In window to Diebner. The 50, the 40, the 20. "78 yards. Taylor to Diebner. Not the longest scoring play by a Mustang against San Ramon Valley. Sam DeSaw had that in 2002. This is real close, though.
It's a nice play. Nice job running after the catch. I would really like to see Monte Vista run the football here, you know, in this situation, instead of keep throwing it.
But you bring in the senior quarterback. He's put in his time, gets a chance to throw, and then that one goes incomplete on the PAT try. About 0 for 5 on the trick plays.
And then some.
And then some. 1:44 left. The Wolves will bring on their hands team, I would imagine. Last Saturday night, a George T. Schramm mortgage kickoff. One more advertisement for George Fresno game, somehow the Bulldogs pulled out the win. That onside kick was fantastic that they took a perfect bounce for them, and the Bulldogs able to recover, and then the next play throw a touchdown pass. But
it scored 15 points in 13 seconds.
Yep, and I was there, and I just was a weird game because San Diego State did everything they could do to win the game and everything they could do to possibly lose the game, all in the same game.
Sure nice to see Jake back playing, Jake Hayner.
Yes, loves the game of football. Nice job by Jack Fitch. And I found out, and I did not know this, that Kevin Sweeney, the legendary quarterback for Fresno State, actually, he could be the best quarterback in the history of San Ramon Valley football. Retired number at Fresno State, played in the league against the Cowboys, and he actually attended when his dad was a coach of the Raiders. He played a year at San Ramon Valley, and I did talk to him about the film exchange and how when his dad got on the phone with you, and he had a good laugh about that. Those were the days when film was exchanged via Greyhound bus. Not internet, not email, not FedEx to you. Greyhound bus.
And his dad was a legend.
Yes,
he built that program.
Yes, he did.
And Pat Hill had great success there, but that program was built by Jim Sweeney, who was just a tremendous coach.
I mean, that story never gets old. Pissed at you that and it wasn't your fault, screaming and yelling at you, and then says, "Son, where are you from?"
Yeah.
And then you dropped the Cloverdale.
I dropped the Cloverdale, and he stopped dead in his tracks and said, "God, I wish you'd have told me that earlier. I wouldn't have got mad at you." That's God's country.
Classic. 1st and 10 for the Wolves. Baker still in at quarterback. New running back in the game is Parker Ratto. No relation to Ray. Ethan Voove came up and made a nice tackle.
Heard his name called a lot tonight.
2nd and 11.
I think the Wolves are going to take a knee.
They are
right
going
here.
to take a knee. Want to thank both coaches who helped us prepare for this game. Hopefully it was reflective in the broadcast. Thank Monte Vista Athletic Director Andy Popper for his help and support of NorCal Sports TV. We'll let this one wind down. And all of our partners who always step up to support Monte Vista football. And they'll get after it, and there'll be a lot of young players returning, and Coach Millard will have a full offseason to fully implement his system and culture. Bert doing his thing, not properly equipped, and he'll ask Jack Fitch to go to the sideline. That's Bert. That's Bert. Safety's no accident.
He's a good man.
Yes, he is. Appreciate him and our officials, and that'll wind it up here from Sam Zackheim Memorial Field, where San Ramon Valley beat Monte Vista 48-20, and you lost the bet, to win the Battle of Danville and retain the Gelderman Trophy. San Ramon Valley is 8-2. Monte Vista finishes the season at 2-8. Thanks to the Contra Costa County Office of Education's edTV for airing this broadcast. You've been watching Monte Vista football on edTV and NorCal Sports TV, presented by American Asphalt. Thanks to our crew, Rodrigo Donner, Sean Wilkerson, my broadcast partner, Craig Bergman, statistician Dan Jones, Alan Holter with research, and our director, Luis Rangel. I'm Chris Babcock here in Danville. Good night, and thanks for being on the show.